All right, so let's go over Bitcoin. We had another substantial move. I did a video the day before yesterday, and I said we were in this channel, and that as soon as we broke it, we had a target of about 51.8, say 52. So we broke that on the 13th, right around, what time is this? 10 o'clock? Yeah, 10 o'clock evening at Central Standard Time. And then, so we broke out, and then we got, and what I said was that in real, whenever you see these patterns, what usually happens is you get a retest of the breakout. Now, we did have the breakout, and it kind of went past it. It wasn't ideal, but I did draw the lines on there, and I said, let me see, do I still have them? No, I don't still have them. But what I drew was I drew arrows, and I said, you get initially the price will move up, right? So the price will move up, and then we get a retest of the breakout, right? So we get a retest of the breakout. That's how these patterns usually work. We might not go exactly, but maybe we go a little bit down, and we did a little bit more than what I'd like because we were kind of in the middle of the channel. But then we ended up getting bullish price action here, and then we reached our target, right? Right there. So our target was 5.18, 51.8K, 52K, somewhere around there. What did we hit? We hit 52.6. So if we say 52, I mean, that's less than, what is that? That's less than 3%, something like that. So if we were right here, it's less than 2%. So on a $50,000 asset, being plus or minus 2%, I mean, that's pretty good. So we actually hit our target for this channel. So what's next for Bitcoin? I mean, I'm always a fan of consolidation. Let me, I can get rid of this, or I can just hide it, keep it for historical purposes. So we hit our target. What I also highlighted on the last video is that this 30 MA on the 4-hour it's acting as support. And it's been acting as support since we broke out, kind of here it was about around, the 30 MA, but we broke out all the way back January 28th, came down supported, down supported, here it supported it. I mean, you also could draw, I mean, I guess if I really wanted to, I could draw, where was the breakout at? Right here. I can draw like a trend line, right? But you can see how far kind of price is detached from that trend line. It's not really, I mean, yeah, price can come all the way back here, but as far as an exit goes, that wouldn't be a great exit. I mean, you can even move this here and say that that's the trend now. Would that line up with the 30 MA? It kind of would, but I'm going to watch that 30 MA on the 4-hour. That looks like it's providing pretty good support. Maybe, this was one candle close, another candle close. Maybe if you get like, I don't know, if you were just blindly trading this 30 MA at the moment. Right now it's at 49.8. From current price, that would only be a, 3% drop to get below that. So, but I would wait. Like I wouldn't just exit on an hourly, a 4-hour close below that. I'd probably wait 2 or 3 candles. You could get a reversal candle like here and here to show you price movement, and even here it went and supported it. So I mean, we're consolidating. That's if you're in an asset and you're looking at things. I mean, you want to consolidation is always good because you're building support areas. If you're in something and it's just taken off, you don't get the asset doesn't provide, or people buying in, you don't, there's no opportunity to form support. So right now 49.7, we could get a pullback. I mean, we got a continuation, right? 2 above the 1 above the 9, continuation. We could get a pullback here. That would be, I mean, that's not much of a pullback really, especially in Bitcoin. I mean, 3.75%. I mean, that's really not enough to scare anybody out of a position. I mean, I would hope not. Here we got the 9. We're continuing up. Continuation count. Yeah, I mean, we're steadily going up. Last week we went up 25%. This week 6%. If I can look at some other indicators, we can look at the moving averages here. Again, it's starting to get choppy on the 1 hour. So if you went with this strategy, this 1 hour 30 MA strategy, which I've shown it works, I can bring that up again. If you wanted to have a strategy that you blindly traded, you don't want to watch anything else. Oh man. Oh no, that's not it. That's why it's not working. It's in my scripts. There we go. There we go. What's the oh, I wanted to show the return on it. Oh, I'll have to redo it. To bring it back in. Yeah, so currently it's giving you 137% return all the way back since October 2020. So about a little bit over a year, 137% if you trade this blindly. Oh, actually, yeah, after order is filled, it recalculates. Sorry, so it's 278%. I knew it was higher than that. So yeah, if you blindly traded this over a year with Bitcoin, you could, that's the first trade was January 2nd of 2020. You could have blindly, traded it and made 278%, or almost, what is that? 4x, almost, 3.7x your investment if you blindly traded it. This one's saying to close your entry. This is to enter. But I always kind of wait one candle to get a confirmation because I would hate to enter exit. That's what these doubles are. And I haven't spent the time to kind of write it to do that and see what the outcome is. But it's been working fine. If you would just do that, enter exit in one candle. I mean, the way it's written right now, it's profitable, 278% over basically a year. So yeah, you could do that, but it's getting a little bit of choppy on the 1 hour. Here you can kind of see it's, we closed below it twice. You would have exited, but I'm not worried about exiting because I'm actually looking at the 4 hour as being better. And you can see, look at this. Price try to go, failed. This is resistance right here. Really probably here. Right around 50 to 180. So price closes above that on the 4 hour, and we're most likely going to go higher. Let's look at, I'll leave this up, but let's look at the CMF real quick. That's trending down. That's not necessarily good. That's trending down. So we could break down a little bit, maybe back to this below 50, 49.7 area. On the daily, that was slowly trending up with price, which is good. I mean, this really needs to go above this because right now we have bearish divergence there and there, which isn't good. So if we want to see price continue to go up, we need to continue to have higher highs every day. It looks like right now. Weekly, this is probably fine. Yeah, it's still trending up. There's some divergence here, but on the weekly, it's not that big of a deal. Let's look at the Bollinger Bands because we haven't looked at those. We're a little bit, it kind of peaked out on those. Let me clean this up so we don't need it. We'll look at indicators individually. Yeah, we're still within the cloud, which is fine. Here is fine. Consolidation, that's what that's showing. This is starting to get tighter, which is good. You always want some consolidation. Let's look at the funding rate. Let's look at it on the hourly too, because I said I wasn't worried about it. It's getting high, but nowhere near as high as it was back here in 2017. This is early 2017. Actually, you have all the way over here in February. 0.22. This is 0.19. Maybe we're getting high, maybe we're getting a little overbought. This is January 0.34. Still not as high as we were in like the mid of the bull cycle in May. If you want to go see what these actually mean, you can Google BitMEX funding rate. There's multiple articles on it. But if you're just blindly looking at it as an indicator, as a counter indicator, we're a little, we're higher than what we were back in January. But this can go higher and not really be of concern. On the weekly, it's still relatively low, all the way, compared to back here in mid 2017. So I'm not worried about it. Let's see. CMF we looked at. We can look at the on-balance volume, and this is going higher, which is good. On the daily, it's probably as well, kind of flattening. This could be the range, right, between these numbers. If we break out higher than this, that's good. 4 hour, because of flattening. So yeah, it's just, I mean, this is also correlating with consolidation, which is good. We'll pull it up on the hourly. This is actually trending up. That's a little bit of a reversal candle. Everything looks fine. I mean, I'm not worried about a major pullback. We're sitting at support with the Ichimoku cloud here. That's lining up with around 49.7. You know, yeah, I wouldn't be worried about any greater downside unless we break this 30 MA and then we start to break lower on this support of 4.9, because that's also right here. See, so the way this TD sequential works is on the count right here. I mean, it didn't complete the 9, but right here you're going to find, and that's kind of like where the breakout was, right? So that's going to be an area of support again, most likely. Maybe a little bit lower, but in this general area. So say like 48 and 50. So in between there could be really good support, consolidate, and go down, unless we start to see some weakness at this level, and then we can break down lower. But as of right now, it just looks like consolidation. I'm staying overall bullish. Are we going to continue to see these large candles? I mean, CMF was trending down, but on the weekly, it's fine. I said on the daily we would want it to go higher. So let's look for this to go higher. That's what we really want. We're pulling back a little bit. I mean, but these candles are nothing. What is this? You know, nothing. This is percentage points. This is nothing. Yeah, I don't see any. And as far as patterns go, I don't see anything that really stands out. Let me rehide this. Yeah, I don't see anything that stands out. I mean, I only look for a couple of things. I don't see anything on the hourly. If anything, we're just forming another channel. You know, maybe some people would call this like a pennant or something. And you could draw something like this. I don't need to, though, really. Something like this. Something like that, but it's just a channel. Or a flag. It would be a flag. But I'm not worried about it. Yeah, this is support right here, 51. This breaks down lower. We're probably going to clear out these buyers, which this was kind of resistance, and we would go back down here. So yeah, you would look at 51 breaking down, possibly to get lower prices, and that would line up kind of with here. I mean, but we can get support here, so I'm not worried about it. Like I said, any sort of, I mean, this drawdown's nothing. I mean, come on, 3%, and we ran up since the 7th. What's today's date? You know, less than or about 10 days ago. When we broke out here, we've ran up 26%. Man, if I lose 3%, 4%, am I really going to let that shake me out when I want a 20% return and we could just be at support? No, I'm not. I'm not seeing anything else. Everything else is trending. Let's look at the RSI real quick. RSI is coming down. There's divergence there. RSI is here. So that, look, it found support here, here. So most likely if you break below the 70, like I said, once it gets in this overbought area, it's more of like momentum. So if we get down to this lower 70 and we break, you know, we can have some price, we can have price fall. But right now it's acting as support. As you can see, it's been doing that since it broke out on the 8th. First tested as support as at 10. Will this line up with the CMF? Let's see. Kind of, a little bit. A little bit, but I wouldn't, you know, this needs to trend higher. And then this would also, the RSI and one, you know, hand in hand would have to trend higher. Yeah, look at that. I mean, That's obviously a support area right here. We have peaks here. Yeah, so this would have to trend higher. Let's look at the monthly, because the monthly on the RSI, whenever it gets around 95, is a good indication of maybe a time to sell off, or we can get a pullback. For a month, this was an 8% pullback, but that's nothing. What's 4 weeks to run up another, 50% the next month? So we're at 90. Again, this isn't signaling. This could be a pullback area though. 30 once it starts to break down. I mean, we have run up 55% already, 14%, 47% back in December. But we have, look at this. This is a continuation of candles. This looks fine. What's our next Fibonacci? 61, say 61.7, 61.8. We'll see. That's not that far. That's only another $9,000, which is what, another, not even that much move. 18% move, 20% move. So we'll see. Everything looks good. What else do I want to go over? Let's go over TLRY, because there was, that pulled back. That actually hit an entry point for me. Right there. So yeah, we hit entry point here. We'll see if we get some support. I'm just going to show, what as price develops more, I'll go over some other indicators, but I want to keep this. It was mainly for Bitcoin, but so we got an entry point here. Yeah, so you could have put a buy in there, and then we'll see if this is support. If not, we have 24/7, 75, then we have 19. But let's just look at the CMF on this. I actually don't think it looks good, especially on the short time frame. Yeah, it's really, it's kind of trending up. RSI. Oh, we could break down lower. So let's see tomorrow. Maybe there'll be another buying opportunity at 24.75. All right. AMC. Let's look at AMC, because this is consolidating. So yeah, you can see it here. Here, consolidating. We pretty much closed this big gap that it had. This could be a buying opportunity if it breaks lower than, let's see, maybe like 525, 520 on the 4 hour. You could probably expect it to go. Where could we expect it to go? Yeah, this lower. This is obviously came down. It's finding buyers because it's consolidating, but it could break down all the way back down to 3. We can pull up the Ichimoku real quick. Yeah, so it's below that. So really not much support. It's consolidating, but so this could be an entry point. But if you enter here, you're wrong at, if you get a 4 hour close below 520. So just watch it, but you could be slowly scaling in, and if, like I said, if it breaks below that on the 4 hour, you would exit. Do proper risk management, and if it doesn't, then you're riding out, getting consolidation, and that 1290 is still target even after we ran up, because this was just a run up, a sell off, and we could still get back here based on TD sequential. At least the way I trade it. So right here. So that's about it. Any suggestions or comments, leave them in the comments. Thanks for watching.